Welcome to On the Chain. This is Jeff here with co-host Chip. What is going on, Chip? What's going on, everybody out there in the Bitcoin ecosystem, XRP ecosystem, on the chain community, looking into all those cool digital assets, those digital crypto coins out there. You guys know who you are. You know that thing. You know that thing. XRP, key to Bitcoin's role in a U.S. crypto reserve plan. We got to go in. We're going to workshop this crypto reserve plan. There's a lot of discussion, and it's amazing how many people are talking about it now. It's going to the highest level. And is this thing going to be real? And you wouldn't believe it, but a government agency is going after some of the bigger banks for a Zelle scam. Now, we talk about moving money. You guys want to look at the banks? They keep talking about crypto's a scam from the Democrat Party, but maybe they should look at their buddies over at those big banks, see what's going on with the scams and the frauds and things like that. Crypto here to stay. We're getting ready to liberate and bring people and the power back to the people. You guys ready to kick this thing off? We're giving away a badass Yetis White Tribe Lil Prowlers tonight. So stay tuned for that. That will be happening. SMG got your wallet ready. So you guys ready to kick this thing off, Chip?
I think we're ready. Let's go.
Welcome to On the Chain.
Yo, everybody, drop where you're coming in from. We have a worldwide audience. We are united in decentralization and freedom. That is what this podcast is all about. And somebody nailed it the other day. They're like, there's really not anybody that's covering crypto and geopolitics. But yes, we are covering it here. And you're going to get our honest opinion, whether you like it or not. And if you don't like it, keep it to yourself. That's what I always say. You can express it in the comments. There's plenty of people that disagree with us. That's fine. It's free speech zone here. So drop where you're coming in from, and we'll go over there. And then this is the best one right here. Go Bills. Bills did win. They're still chasing the Chiefs. I don't think there's any chance of them getting that. It's probably going to all roads go through Kansas City. But I don't think Kansas City is the team this year. I think the team is Ravens.
And Detroit.
Yeah. Well, that's on the NFC. Nobody I don't care about that until it means something, until it's Super Bowl. But it'll probably be the Lions. We'll see what happens. The Lions are, there's no slowing them down. They're probably the strongest team. So they will end up. Morning, says Devon Steve. Good morning. Good morning. Good day. Good day, mate. We got here, Orchard Park, New York. Damn right. You're in Orchard Park? Beautiful. That's right where the Bills played. Tomorrow is the big day. What's the big day tomorrow?
Oh,
what did I miss?
Seen a lot of that. Don't know exactly what's going to happen tomorrow, but SMG is expecting a big green candle by tomorrow.
Vikings and Eagles, right? I gotta say the Eagles and the NFC are the other team to watch. Although that was a great game that I watched earlier where they lost the Commanders like the last minute of the game. So well played game, really exciting.
Patriots going to win the 7th Super Bowl.
I believe they will, but not with this coach. This coach, he should be fired. You won 3 games. You were up on the Bills 14-0. You turned the ball over 3 times, but they're like, oh, they've got the Bills number. I'm like, listen, man, fire this guy. Pull in a real coach. You don't go from Belichick to this dude. This dude is weak. He's not a head coach, and he's not the future. Now, May is up and coming. You pull a good coach in there, maybe a good quarterback coach. May is a franchise quarterback. The guy is solid, but he can't carry it on his back. He just can't do it. So as far as I'm concerned, this coach has got to be fired. But he won't be. He won't be fired. Won 3 games all year. It's doubtful if they can win. They play the Bills at the end of the season, but I do believe the Patriots at one point will win a 7th seed.
Yay.
Not just soon. So anyway, let's get into real stuff here, Jeff. There's
ready.
I gotta say that what's interesting is that Ripple has been putting out these killer videos, just little snippets, different people. This one's Pat Thielen. He is he's the VP of Strategic Partnerships over at Ripple. But then they're just putting all this good stuff out about the stablecoin. There's so much excitement built up around this, man. But let's watch this video.
They're revolutionizing, getting ready to change things. So I think they know the power of the tool. They know they can unseat the USDT. So when they do that, they could be the primary asset of all the big financial institutions. You look at, PayPal's trying to get their foot in the game. I don't know if they've really got any traction, but at least, Ripple's already, a little bit ahead in that regard. It's going to be PayPal. It's going to be Ripple. It's going to be USDC. And those are the three, key players. USDT falls by the wayside, and Ripple's excited about that. I think that's important.
Yeah, I think that's hugely important. And we have to just sort of wait, but I have a feeling that Ripple's going to get some pretty strong adoption, and especially on the institutional side is where I think they're going to really get, because they've got the approval. It's a U.S. coin. I just feel like they're really poised for some serious success here, and we'll start seeing what happens in 2025. But again, this was in the works for a long, long time. So it's interesting to note how long it's been in effect. So we'll kind of get to that in a little bit, but let's watch this video here. It's another, this is Pat Thielen, the VP of Strategic Partnerships at Ripple.
Ripple, we're transforming how businesses operate across different industries with our new stablecoin, Ripple USD.
One with a real
Here are
Ripple
some of
logo.
the key ways it can make an impact today. First, cross-border payments. Compared to legacy systems, RLUSD enables faster, more efficient international transactions. With Ripple's global payments network, companies can send money across border in near real time, reducing costs and improving reliability. Our customers, spanning 90-plus payout markets, can now take advantage of the stability and reliability RLUSD provides. Secondly, the foreign exchange markets. Traditional FX trading is slow and expensive. RLUSD can streamline this process by offering faster settlement times and lower fees, giving traders a competitive edge by utilizing an on-chain asset. For businesses, RLUSD provides global access to a reliable digital dollar. It can help mitigate local currency volatility, offering a trusted, accessible medium of exchange. Access to the world's most popular settlement asset through RLUSD can open up doors businesses across the globe have only dreamed of until now. In real-world asset tokenization, RLUSD ensures stable pricing for tokenized assets like bonds or commodities. It adds security and predictability to markets that need improved liquidity and transparency. And finally, RLUSD simplifies on-ramps for users entering the blockchain ecosystem. It's fast, secure, and reduces volatility, making it easier to bring money on-chain. With Ripple USD, the future of global finance is here.
Yeah, but I love the marketing. They're going pretty hard at this, Jeff, but you're probably asking yourself, now, this was not, a buddy tipped me off about this. And what's interesting is you're probably thinking about how long have they been thinking about the RLUSD, you ask? Well, my buddy went ahead and tried to register this RLUSD.com. And this is a who is. This tells you who actually owns this domain. This was registered back in August 31st of 2015, 8 years ago. Okay, so this was 8 years ago, 8.5 years ago registered. This is how long. Now, to put that together, this is how long they've been thinking about a stable coin. And especially one called RL for Ripple USD. Like, you don't just go register this thing if you're not, and again, it is now, yeah, this Wansun Sung right here. If you look, this is the person who actually registered it, who's an attorney. I looked him up. He's an attorney. Of course, he has his home address there. If you look that up, you'll find his home address. I'm not trying to dox anybody. It's public information. But point of it is, if you look up this dude here, there he is right there. Wansun Sung, Ripple. Let me make sure that I can share this screen first before I do. There's no confidential information in here. Okay, so here it is right here. Check this out. Wansun Sung is the Deputy General Counsel at Ripple. Now, interesting. Why is that? Why is that assigned to him? Why does it go back to 2015? Right? You can see Ross Edwards, who also works at Ripple. I'm not connected to him, but I should connect to him. Why not? He'll see that we have common stuff here. Let me go ahead and send him a connect invite here. Let's see. Boom. And then he can watch me talk about him on the podcast. That'd be perfect, Jeff.
There you go. It's awesome.
Okay. And so here he is right here. But let's look at his stuff here. Ripple. There we go. Ripple full time. So here's the interesting part. Yeah. Since 2021, this was registered back in 2015. Okay, so that's full-time since 21, 3 years, almost 4 years. But here he was, CIT Bank, full-time, lending attorney for the bank that bought the new bank. Okay, well, there you go. So I'm guessing that maybe One West, I used to work with One West. I know them well. They went down, but this is it. So he was actually at One West when he registered that. Now, lending attorney for the new bank. And then One West is gone and eliminated. But here he is, Millbank LLP at an attorney firm from 2007 to 2012, lending attorney and senior associate at Pillsbury, Winthrop, Shaw, Pittman LLP from 99 to 2007. So he was actually at One West. Maybe it depends when he changed hands, but it sounded to me like, he had a little bit of crossover here. But this is interesting, Jeff, because to register RLUSD,
Yep.
it's not. What do you do? Is it just a crapshoot? No, you knew something, right? And then all of a sudden he ends up working for Ripple. Now, what's interesting is how he still owns this domain that he works for Ripple. That Ripple, he hadn't transferred this domain to Ripple because you think that they'd want RLUSD, right? It's interesting.
You would think. So where does it go? You type it in.
I'll show you. You're gonna like this even more. RL. Hang on a second. RLUSD.com. Let's go ahead and do this together. Go ahead
Interesting.
and type that in. RLUSD. And there you go. It goes right to Ripple stablecoins. But he still owns the domain. Okay. Interesting. So he hasn't relinquished it. He hasn't sent it over to Ripple. He is now a Ripple employee. And if you type in RLUSD.com, it goes right over to the Ripple stable coin page right there. This is what you want, real time fiat. So I just find that very interesting that Ripple hasn't relinquished it back to Ripple for the ownership. He still has it. It's still his address from when he registered it back in 2015. However, he did forward the address. Now, we don't know if Ripple, authorized that or he just went ahead and forwarded on his own, but it just seems like you wouldn't own IP, intellectual property that belongs to Ripple. It's just a curious case. And my buddy tipped me off because he thought he would go register it if it wasn't registered. And then he found this out. So props, so there you go.
I'm sure they were on top of it, but that's really interesting. I mean, to consider, how far back the thought process and the business planning has been within the stablecoin space and everything they must have been discussing and thinking about over at Ripple. But here's a guy, he wasn't even employed by them. So what was the interaction that he had in those early days and with whom? He's potentially in the know already. Maybe he ran out, registered it, but why would it be specifically RLUSD if they weren't, orchestrating and planning that far in advance?
Yeah, and Jeff, today is an anniversary. It's the 4th year anniversary of
That's right.
Getting sued by the SEC. It happened on the 22nd.
SEC.
We did shows. You want to go back in the archive? You want to look? We did a 1-year anniversary, a 2-year anniversary, and a 3-year anniversary. We had John Deaton on 2 of them. Well, all 3 years, but we also had Jeremy Hogan on as well.
That's right.
But this year it didn't seem like it meant to do, to really, I guess, put together a show because it's over. There's nothing really to talk about there. But yeah, we did and I don't know if you'll find.
If I put them in the interviews.
Probably anniversary. Maybe the anniversary. I think it was Ripple anniversary.
There you go. 1-year anniversary right there. 2nd year anniversary right there. John Deaton, Jeremy Hogan.
There it was. There we go. And
December
so now it's the 4th.
20th, 2022.
There it is. There you have it. And did we do a 3rd year? Maybe we didn't do a 3rd year. Did we do the 3rd year? I thought we did, but maybe not. We did the 2nd anniversary, the 3rd year anniversary. But I thought we did a 3rd year anniversary, but maybe we didn't. Interesting. The 1-year anniversary, Jeff, I think we had a bunch of people on that one.
23.
We had like Crypto Eddie, we had Jungle, we had a whole bunch of people on that. If
Arlen House full speech, December 22nd. So would it have been right about here?
Maybe. Nope.
Oh, that's October. What happened to December?
I don't know.
No, that's not it.
That's not it. I don't know. But anyway, let's move right along. Anyway, the bottom line is that Stu Alderati, general counsel over at Ripple, put this post on X. He said, on this 4th anniversary of the SEC's lawless lawsuit against Ripple, say that 3 times fast, Brad and Chris also sued. We urge the incoming administration to cleanse the lingering stain of Hinman from the agency. There's much more to do to repair the damage, but let's start by restoring trust. Well, good luck there, because SEC's been anything but a trustful organization, right? I mean, my goodness, holy cow.
I mean, should we really be going back, looking into Hinman? Hinman dropped the bomb and left. It wasn't like, there obviously had to be a little bit of planning, but do people think that, he came in, he was like December 20th, filed a lawsuit, December 21st, hey, I'm out of here. And that was it. He resigned. He was done. So obviously the SEC putting that together. And then guess who came in after the fact was Gary Gensler. And it was Gary Gensler that took that filing and rammed it down everybody's throats for 3 years. Now, we still don't know what the exact intent of Hinman was. It would be great to hear what the intent was. And Chip, you and I discussed even in the early days that one of the possibilities was that there was no path to any form of regulatory clarity at that juncture, at that point in time. Congress was not going to make it happen. We'd already seen the Token Taxonomy Act presented in front of Congress multiple times. Never happened. It couldn't even see the light of day under Maxine Waters, who was the chair of the Financial Services Committee. We've discussed this so many times. Did Hinman actually do everybody a favor by dropping that into a lawsuit to say, hey, this is the fastest path towards expediency. Let's get some discovery. Let's start down this path. But it was under Gary Gensler that took it to a whole different level. And they didn't have to go the path that Gary chose to take it. He said, it's clear. Here's what I'm sticking to. And under Gary Gensler was the SEC that decided to go after XRP holders, to go after Ripple with the level of it was almost bordering on hate. There was just something undertoning as he tried to destroy the entire industry. He was very focused, very self-serving, and he was also trying to prop up Elizabeth Warren at the same time, as they were all kind of commingling their ideas. So there was so much going into it. So what was Hinman actually thinking? Because was it hindsight? Chip and I were talking about that from day one or two. The first week that it dropped, Chip and I were already talking about it.
See what's in
Rant
the
time. We need a
Everybody
song.
knows. Everybody knows the register.
We need a song. There's no
It was a
song.
blessing in hindsight. Well, that's exactly right, Carmichael. It's what we said is that we were the only ones in the space that said, you know what, this may be the fastest path to clarity. Now, did we think it would take 2.5 years? Hell no, we didn't.
No.
We thought it'd be a lot quicker than that. But this fight was always going to be lost by the SEC. They didn't have a path. They didn't leverage the Howey test properly. They thought, well, one prong will be good enough. No, it's got to tick the prongs, all 4 prongs of the Howey test. And also too, it's like Ripple always knew they were on the right side of history. The problem is that guys like Jeremy Kauffman, who ran Library, didn't have the war chest to go fight the SEC. He got the best attorneys he could, but also he was battling in a different court district. He didn't have a judge. He had like a 85-year-old judge that's doesn't have a clue about digital assets. And unfortunately, a guy like that wasn't on the positive side. Although there is an epic video of him owning some goons that show up at his apartment. He asked them for their name and they just don't comply. And he's like, get out of here, losers. Told that to the feds. Feds showed up and they left, got in the car and took off. And so, Jeremy Kauffman just didn't have the arsenal that Ripple had. But Ripple was, I don't think anybody thought that Ripple was going to lose this. I mean, it could have gone either way. But let's suppose Trump doesn't win. What happens? We go into a new administration the same administration where we already got word that they're like, don't make new startups when it comes to AI. Don't make new startups when it comes to crypto, because there'll be a few firms that we're gonna control them. Well, what would have happened? Well, you would have had XRP and Bitcoin as the only 2 digital assets that had clarity, at least in the United States. So, it's interesting. We always said, I think that first week when we used to do a weekly show, and then Jeff and I started streaming daily. We did 6 days a week. Once the lawsuit broke, we started breaking everything down. We started really analyzing. And one of the things we thought was like, hey, either Hinman's a clown or we're going to be sending him a box of chocolates before this is all over, because he's going to end up getting some clarity faster than Congress puts it together. We happen to be right, stab in the dark, but there you go. Interesting that would happen, Jeff.
Interesting.
Look at this right here. We got
are.
Ellie Terrett put this out. She just filed a FOIA request. FOIA is Freedom of Information Act request for the SEC Inspector General's report on its ethics investigation into the agency's former corporate finance director, Bill Hinman, which the SEC staffer confirmed to me has been completed and issued internally to management. What's in that report, you say? What is in that report? So imagine that Ellie Terrett has to do the job of Congress. Congress should be asking for this. Congress should be subpoenaed for this. And meanwhile, we have to have Ellie Terrett, who's a member of the media, one of the best people to cover, I would say the best reporter for Fox Business, to cover the space, especially the amazing job she did at that one piece, epic piece she wrote, which detailed everything of the lawsuit throughout the whole thing. I mean, anybody that didn't know about XRP could read it in Ripple and find out exactly what. But this is interesting, Jeff. What do you think? What do you think's going on that Ellie had to file a FOIA request to get this Inspector General report? Why wouldn't they release that? Where's the transparency, Jeff? Where's the SEC looking out after you, the investor? Why wasn't it released?
Mm-hmm.
Is there something in there?
No, it's insane. It's crazy that that's what it comes down to, that public information isn't immediately released, and this is obviously problematic on a lot of different levels, but it just shows you also what's going on within existing government, what's going on within the bureaucratic inefficiencies, what's going on with these unelected bureaucrats thinking they can run roughshod, across the people. They can step all over the people. They can step on the people's will. They can step on the people's voice. They don't care. Nobody cares. And again, thank God the election turned out on the side of the people, because there's no way, there's no path that if anybody on the left would have won, that there would have been freedom and this type of stuff would have kept going on. They would cover it up. They make it impossible to get any type of information, and you have to get this type of information, across the board. Now Hinman, Gensler, whatever it might be, what exactly are they covering up? Why can't we get it? And why can't we get, someone to at least say, here's what's been happening here, and maybe, come January 21st, that's the type of data that we're going to start, getting. And then a lot more than that. It's not just that data, but with RFK and Tulsi Gabbard and Elon Musk and Ramaswamy and everybody else out there just hammering them nonstop. And we start getting rid of the fat and start cutting government, all that inefficiency. If we can slash out at least 60% of government, at least minimum, then all of a sudden, all these hidden secrets that they're so carefully orchestrating to cover up, done. That's it. And maybe people start going to jail. They'll at least be fired. That's it. They can leave, and then we're talking. Now all of a sudden we're going to have a lean, mean fighting machine. That's what this country is going to be. More winning, nonstop winning.
I like that, Jeff.
That's what it's going to be all about.
I don't think we'll get. I think there'll be 4 years of winning, and I still won't be sick of it. Trump said we might get sick of it. XRP Blinder said, "Chip, tell me about that damn Suno app has disrupted my week." He shared a really cool tune with me today, and I'll share some stuff. I've done over 1,000 songs. So you think you've been disrupted? I'm obsessed with it. I can't. And then I'll do like 30 iterations of one tune to try to get it right. Keep crafting the prompt. Then taking the voice and creating a persona from it. So I like the voice, so then I can use that voice in something else. Yeah, I shared some goofy stuff that I created here, but I've done some really stuff that sounds pretty legit. And XRP Blinder he shared something cool with me over there on X, and it was pretty awesome. So I just like the fact that it's just wild to me that somebody from the media, now you're not going to see this from any other media, right? This is conservative media. But Ellie Terrett had to file a FOIA just to know what's in the Inspector General report on Hinman. Mm-hmm. This is crazy to me, the fact that she had to file it. But she also got an SEC staffer to confirm that it's been completed. and it's been issued internally. So they can't say like, we don't know about any inspector general report. She's already got confirmation from a staffer that they have issued it internally. Because this is what the game they play. They're like, oh, we don't know. We can't find it. Oops, sorry.
But to be fair as well, sometimes in order to get specific information, if you go the official channels, you file a FOIA request. So let's say you go to your state, you want to get certain data on something that's registered within the state public record. The only path you can go to get it in certain states, certain instances, is to file a FOIA request. You file the FOIA request, they have to send it to you. They can't hold back. So the question is now that she's filed the official path, she's filed the FOIA request, will they respond to it? How long will it take them to respond to it? What kind of data will be included in whatever they send to her? But she's gone the official channel. So that official channel, they can't ignore at this point. And that's a good thing. That's solid, so we'll see how that works out. Shoot, I hit the cable again and just knocked myself offline. I got to reset my camera. I'll be right back.
You got to get you set up on Mac, dude. This is getting ridiculous. This is getting
absolutely. You know what it is? It's my camera. My camera cable is broken. So every time I touch it, it disconnects.
Well,
I got to get a new camera. That's all.
I got a suggestion for you. Get a new camera, get a new camera cable. It's one of the two. It's a USB-C probably, right? It's just like a plugs in both.
This one is USB. It's not USB-C.
You got old
That's
school.
The problem. Yeah. I'll be right back.
Sounds like you need to go ahead and get rid of that. All right, so let's move right along here. Let's go talk about this here. Where is it? Yeah, this is it here. So David Sachs, who is the incoming crypto czar, he put this out right here. Back on December 6th, when Trump announced that David Sachs will be the White House AI and crypto czar. And so basically Trump's added to that right here. So Trump War Room put this out, announces that David Sachs will be the White House AI crypto czar, blah, blah, blah. But there's some other stuff. Where's the, I got to find this, man. Where is it? That's not what I wanted. Hang on a second. Thought I had it, and maybe I did, and maybe I lost it. I don't know. But I want to talk about, where is Sachs? Weird. Here it is. Okay. I knew it was here somewhere. Okay, there we go. Sometimes you got to look for this because David Sachs puts out a lot of posts up on X, but here it is right here. So they added Bo Hines today, who's going to be the executive director of the new Presidential Council of Advisors on Digital Assets, basically known as the Crypto Council. But David Sachs, who's the incoming AI and crypto czar, some important announcements today by President Trump on his tech team. So I look forward to working with Michael Kratsios, who's going to be the director of White House Office and Science Technology Policy, OSTP, and assistant to the president for science and technology. Dr. Lynn Parker, who will be the executive director of the Presidential Council of Advisors for Science and Technology, PCAST, and then Bo Hines, who we just talked about, and then Siriam Krishnan, which is going to be the senior policy advisor for AI at OSTP. This extraordinary team is a testament to the amazing talent that President Trump is attracting to his administration. And that's it. That's key, right? Trump is bringing the A team. He's not messing around. He's bringing the A team. Oh, you know what? Thank you for reminding me, because none of that's going to matter, because
it might. Sometimes it's retroactive.
Let me see if I go ahead and do the Yeti stuff. Let me see. Oh yeah, it did. We got 19, so we're good. People are already in to type in the Yeti, which is fantastic. So this is
by the way, there it is. That is the badass Yetis, white tribe, little prowlers. Look how cool. You think they're cute and cuddly? Think again. These guys will kick your ass.
Deadly.
So you got to be really careful. These guys are deadly. Look at this. He's got the fist balled up over here on this side. He's holding that sword, but those are claws.
Looks like a light
you with the claws.
Just reflecting.
It is. It's a sword just reflecting some of the light from the forest.
Let's not get in trouble here.
Right. These guys hang around the forest. They're over there. You don't always see them. If you do see them, watch out, because you definitely don't want to see them. You don't want to be caught seeing them. So that's part of the problem. These guys are the forest defenders of the Himalaya mountains. And that's
Reborn John says, my wife would love that one. Well, that's the funny thing, is my wife fell in love with one, and that's how we ended up with a dog named Yeti. She says, oh, it looks like that one of your Yeti NFTs that you and Jeff created. And I was like, okay. I was like, I had nothing to do with it. Sounds like something I would do, but no. By the way, we're going to be slashing prices. Spoke today with XRP.cafe, which they are XRP.cafe, which is a phenomenal exchange, amazing team over there. We're going to be lowering it and slashing prices to a much more affordable level. Again, this is back when XRP was 40 cents or 35 cents. So essentially we're going to run a 2-week promotion on the lower price. So we will advise once it's actually set up. But if you go to XRP.cafe and you start looking, it's still the original price, but we're going to slash it. And I'll tell you what the new prices will be. The Badass Yetis Blue Tribe, which there are not that many left of that. What Jeff was just showing you was the white tribe. But the Badass Yetis Blue Tribe is going to be 16 XRP. Badass Yetis White Tribe will be 12 XRP, which is a lot less than they are right now. But that's just because, we'll lower the price. So if you guys want to go ahead there, you can go ahead and you can go ahead and mint one. When you mint one, it's like one of those blind box collectibles where you just open the box and it's in foil and you open it up and you get one. So you can't really choose it. But sometimes people resell them too. But the price is going to be a lot higher, but people reselling them. You can also go find one you like on XRP.cafe, and I'll show you how that works right here. I'll throw one up here. But
and just to let everybody know, in order, and when Chip pulls up the XRP.cafe, in order to get the Badass Yeti, you do need to have a Zaman wallet. Why? Because the Zaman wallet connects with the XRP Cafe, makes it real easy and seamless. Although if you just have an XRP wallet that handles NFTs, I'm sure that would work also, as long as it's a valid X. But having the Zaman wallet simplifies the whole process, allows us to easily transfer it over to you guys, and it's just a very simple way to do it. And then you can log in if you want to quickly, easily, see it, right over here on the XRP.cafe. Just do that. You log in, you connect your Zaman wallet there, and boom, you can see everything right on the XRP.cafe. So it simplifies the process, allows you to interact with it, see it, buy them, whatever you want to do, just across the board within the NFT space. So it's very, very cool.
Yeah, that's true. They do show up on other ones. It's an XP market as well.
Yep.
Yeah, they do show up on other
it's
ones.
It's on the XRPL. So
anything,
wherever, everything and anything, right, it works across it. This is just a simplified way of doing it. Having the Zaman wallet just simplifies. Plus, you can interact and connect via the XRP Cafe. So just simplifies it.
Once you connect, you would go mint. It would go ahead. You'd accept the payment, and then it would be transferred over to your wallet. Like these are 80% minted, basically. And again, that 125 is getting reduced greatly. So you'll be able to. You can sell. People are selling them for 40 XRP. But suppose you found, like, let's say, let's see. Let's go to the clan name here. It's weird they're showing up again. They must have had a thing. But let's say the Pathfinders, which we're looking at right there. So the Pathfinders, you can go and see and take a look. You can see the rarity, but if you wanted to go ahead and make an offer, you can make an offer too. So you want to say, like, hey, I'll give you 20 XRP. They can accept or deny your request. So there you go.
That's it.
That's how it works. So it's pretty cool. Anyway, we'll let you guys. We'll tip you off. We'll probably put out a post as well, which will be fantastic. We'll throw something up there.
Zober said mine is not for sale, kids. That's it.
Okay, Zober, there you go.
Here's a good question. Someone else brought this up. XRP Ripple in the derivatives market. Man, the one thing I'm concerned about with when they start rolling out within derivatives and things like that is that the crypto space in general is, just very, it doesn't, it still doesn't have the typical fundamentals that you're going to find within, the stock market, within typical companies, even commodities. And, if we're going to start moving in terms of recognition, regulatory clarity, and things like that, before we start thinking about derivatives and all the typical type of investment vehicles or investment products, other than just buy, sell, hold, I'm a little hesitant only because of the fact that we're still lacking regulatory clarity, right? Let's at least get a clear understanding from all aspects what the product is, how it's going to interact, all these other variables, and then let's start looking at, but if the price point's still going to be very subjective just based on FOMO and FUD on its own, then you start entering into derivatives and all these other investment vehicles, and you want to start trying to call options and all these other things within the crypto space. Isn't it already, bouncing around, as it is? Now you want to start trying to figure that's even like trying to put a trailing stop on crypto. How are you going to do a trailing stop on it as it goes up? I mean, it's potential, it's going to blow out your trailing stop, whatever that percentage is, so quickly, and it might just happen within an hour and you miss it and you sell out and it goes back up again, and so, I think that the product, to me, that's my opinion, I'm a little bit nervous about it. I don't know what your thoughts are, Chip.
I'm the same way. Look, I mean, look, if you want to roll, if you want to play roulette, right? If you want to really, there's a lot of stuff can happen. Yeah, upside, cool. Unfortunately, I think a lot of people will get sucked into it. That listen, it's like Jeff said, it's difficult enough to play that game in the stock market. I've dabbled in it. Jeff's probably dabbled in it. I know a lot of people do, but like, listen, I'd rather wait for more of a sure bet where I've got a better chance in the DeFi side of things space. Is it good? Yeah, it can potentially be good, right? It's good if you are, I mean, you get wiped out pretty easily, but I'm just not 100% sold in the fact that, it's going to be for the majority of the people. I think there's going to be a small group that will participate. Unfortunately, newbies will probably participate, not fully understanding and getting wiped out. I mean, there's a lot of bad stuff that can happen. There's a lot of volatility in the market, right? We were at 275. I mean, we're down to under almost, close to $2. So there's just a lot of stuff that can happen. Is it a good thing? I think extending and making, I'll never say it's a bad thing, but again, it's you really have to know what you're doing. And even the pros, they get burnt all the time. So I don't know. It's a vehicle that's going to be slim for not for everybody.
Right. Exactly. I mean, that being said, if there's and if we look at, you look at the trusts that have been set up, so we're a trust like on Grayscale, you've got ETFs, you've got the mini trust ETFs, everything being tied back to, price and the volatility in them price. The derivatives, again, a component of it, the connection of the derivative, which obviously is getting, value from the asset, or potentially if you want a derivative of maybe a basket of goods, but still, how exactly, I don't know, again, just the valuation and the price movement, to me, it makes me a little nervous, even just trying to buy and trade stock in it. That's completely outside of my comfort zone, just trying to buy and trade crypto asset. You look at like Blockchain Backer, I think he looks at technical analysis, talks about technical analysis, gets into, shorter term trade. And that's outside of my comfort zone completely at this point.
Most people, it's safe to say that you and I probably will not be participating. Listen, I'm not saying you can't play around with a little bit or mess around, but look, it's a sophisticated, you got to be sophisticated. You got to have a appetite for knowing that you are entering something that is high risk, and that, there's always the capability of losing, right? So when you're buying and selling, there's always that same, listen, you're not in the crypto if you haven't been burned, if you haven't been semi-scammed, if you haven't lost, right? Or some people lost bigger than others. I mean, when you buy, if you're me in 2012, you buy Bitcoin, you buy a bunch of them and you sell it at 800 and think you won, like the lottery, and then it goes to over 100, 106, 107,000. You realize that was something nobody knew about because there was 800K at the time. Nobody knew where it was going, right? So again, you've been there, you've messed around, you FOMO'd into something, you sold one asset and FOMO'd into another one and watched that go down and wish you hadn't sold or purchased or whatever. Listen, that's trading, right? So what's your appetite for loss? And sort of sum it up. So I would put it at that.
Here's another good one from Osman. Where do you see crypto globally? 2 to 3. If we project out 2 to 3 years, we're getting beyond the major massive lawsuit within the US. Adoption, Singapore, adoption, where else? Korea, Japan. I mean, you go into the Middle East, there's adoption, many parts of Europe. What are your thoughts?
Well, I think the stablecoin I think the stablecoin is like, it's sort of like a gateway, because you think, well, stable coins, it's usually tied to the USD. The thing about it is, I think the USD probably will get stronger, might change over time. Depends what Trump does, right? So already pulling the Fed into the Treasury, and then all of a sudden, there might be an audit. Now, some of those pallets over there, when Syria fell, there were QR codes, and they tied right back to the Federal Reserve. What's the Federal Reserve involved in sending that money? How do those pallets of money get over there, right? So if there's ever an audit, which there should be, it's over 100 years we haven't had an audit, a lot of things are going to change, right? So I would be prepared for change, in a positive way. So looking at things that everybody glossed over for 50 years or 60 years until Trump brought up just these last 2 days about the Panama Canal, the fact that 38,000 men were killed because of mosquito infections and everything else. U.S. men, also, Panamanians. I mean, a lot of people died putting that Suez, or that Panama Canal in there, right, to make it passable for ships. And the thing about it is, Trump got into it with the Panamanian president, telling him that Jimmy Carter was foolish for selling it back to them because it was U.S. controlled. And Trump's like, we're gonna be there again. The Panamanian president said, no, it's never leaving. And I actually have the post here where I can put up. And then Trump came back and said, are you sure about that? So it's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be a wild ride for 4 years. I can tell you that. Tony could be right there too. It could be number two.
Yeah. Number two, Johnny 10X saying it's only going up. There's the movement, the momentum that we're seeing right now. We put Bitcoin, a basket of other crypto assets, into the reserve. It's going to be amazing. So once we see all those crypto assets, and we're talking about trillions of dollars in reserve, base, with crypto asset, put it into the treasury. Similar, if you look at Michael Saylor, from MicroStrategy, and you think about some of the things that he's been talking about, the things that he's forecasting, the way he put, I don't know what number they're at right now. I don't know if it's 20,000, 30,000, 40,000 Bitcoin is what they're sitting on right now. It might be more, might be a little less in their treasury. It's bolstered that company. Michael Saylor is talking about what the U.S. government should do to balance out, especially to offset debt and making sure that we have, good valuation, good support within our treasury here in the U.S. It's not just gold. It has to also be based on some of this crypto asset. We heard Trump talking about it. We're seeing that Elon Musk and others are also referencing and talking about it. Stuff like this potentially right around the corner. Obviously, there's going to be some things that have to happen, but if President Trump is already talking about it, then we're going to start seeing some pieces, fall into place where we're going to, you're going to see the reserve bolstered by crypto asset. Is it just going to be Bitcoin? I don't think so. I think Bitcoin will be a part of it. You can't just hedge on just one. You got to hedge across multiples, and that's where you're going to see multiples. Now, once we start seeing those crypto assets, Chip, go into the reserve, then we're going to get more stability within the crypto asset space. We're going to see it steadily continue to go up. It's not going to have massive volatility like we're witnessing, so if we can tighten up the volatility a little bit, now all of a sudden you want to start looking at potential other ways to start trading, and there'll be a lot more value added. Now, Edward is saying Brian Brooks joined Saylor's company.
Yeah.
A lot of things are happening. A lot of things. Osman saying many exchanges manipulate price to liquidate people's assets. Exchange involvement should be monitored. Yeah, without a doubt. If you have an exchange, they have to meet certain criteria. We can't just have, Wild West with the exchanges. They're managing our investment, managing our money, even if it's their software platform. If there's any issue, if there's any, there has to be transparency. There has to be third-party audits to make sure that exchanges are not manipulating prices to liquidate people's assets specifically. So if stuff like that's going on, now think about what was happening with FTX and potential government involvement in manipulation of crypto asset, but also manipulation of fraudulent money going from U.S. government treasury, our tax dollars, then being sent to the Ukraine, and then showing that there's on record with receipts, and many have talked about it, where money then came from Ukraine, put back into FTX, while FTX at the same time was investing huge sums of money into the Democrat Party. That was a cycle. That was a circle of influence. There were a lot of interesting pieces. At some point in time, there'll be a made-for-TV movie. But if you look at how FTX took down Celsius because of SBF, and then CZ took down FTX almost in a similar fashion, and then the U.S. government under Gary Gensler decide they're going to go after CZ, and they go after Binance. So something was happening. There were a lot of pieces being moved around. FTX was the darling of the Democrat Party at the time, and yet, something took it down. There are all these little pieces moving around. Don't know, it just looks a little too convenient at the time, Chip. That's kind of observation.
No, it's a good one too, and I think it's wide and deep, and sure, we probably don't know the whole story. We can kind of interpret what we've seen, but it is incredible that the course of events that actually happened. I want to put this up here. Thierry Breton, he was the former. I want to see if he has it on here now. He was a former. What the heck was he? I looked him up. He's, I don't know, some European commissioner. And he put this out a few weeks ahead of the next elections in Germany. And at the time of the heinous attack in Magdeburg, the world's top influencer on X and a potential member of the future administration openly supports the far-right AfD party. Isn't this the very definition of foreign interference? We must end the double standards and apply the DSA in Europe, right? Here's somebody calling for censorship. Now, if you want to see him get owned, Elon Musk owns him. Elon Musk said, bro, American foreign interference is the only reason you're not speaking German or Russian. And laughing my ass off is LMAO, right? So it's like, yeah, foreign interference. So it's like basically put him in his place. But listen, the thing is, the left thinks they're having a good time or pissing Trump off because they're calling him President Musk and President Musk. It's just making yourselves look like morons. Musk doesn't have it. I mean, he can say whatever he wants, but you know who really did it was Vivek. Vivek's the one that opened it up. He said, you're not going to read 1,500 pages. Don't worry. I read it. And so all they did was tell the American people, did you guys know they were giving themselves a 40% pay, not a 10%, not a 15%, a 40% pay raise, right? Did you know that they were sending $100 million to the agency that got busted, filtering censorship, doing censorship to all the big social platforms? Especially they got busted when the Twitter files came out and Elon published all that. They were sending $100 million to continue the censorship because it would be a third party doing it, and they would be doing it from the sidelines. And this is the kind of manipulation and just nasty stuff that was in this. And so the switchboards let up. They were crashing the representatives' lines, and they get nervous because if they get so many floods of calls and they get hundreds of calls, thousands of calls, that means millions of people are pissed, and that means that doesn't bode well for you. It's called self-preservation in Congress because they don't forget when you do stupid shit like that, and that's really what it comes down to. And you know what? We the people, and they go like, they had a deal. Listen, you don't think that the speaker went in, did the deal, and said, you want to put this in there? Okay, you want to put this in there? They loaded it up with every poor thing they could think of, 1,500 pages worth. And they said, we had a deal. And then all of a sudden, well, here's what's in it. To me, it was the best setup I've ever seen, right? This was, they bid it hook, line, and sinker. They got yanked and they got rug pulled. And so who did it? The people did it. And now they're blaming Elon Musk because he's the number one influencer because he promotes his posts on X. This is ridiculous. And Jeff, they actually think that they're making some headway with this. They're just shining a bright light on look at stupid, right? They're like, I mean, President Trump is going to be mad that we called him President Musk. No, he doesn't care. This is the A team, man. The A team's going in and they're going to do some damage. They're going to get a 4.0 in damage, and it's going to be glorious, Jeff.
Yep. And this was probably one of the best. I went through all the different comments. There were a couple good comments, but I love that comment. Bro.
And then this is the other one that I wanted to show, because this is the Panama Canal. Elon Musk said 2025 is going to be so lit. And then so Wall Street Maeve put this out. Panama responded to Trump's tweet about the Panama Canal. So first of all, Trump put this out first. Welcome to the United States Canal.
Yeah.
The flag in the middle of the canal. And then President of Panama responds to Trump's threats. Every square meter of the Panama Canal belongs to Panama and will continue belonging to Panama. And Trump said, yeah, we'll see about that. Man, I'm telling you, man.
It's already starting.
25 is ago. He's not even president yet, right? We haven't got to January 20th yet. And it's just been phenomenal. Just wait. I mean, just wait. And then we had which congressman was saying that his job is a cruise. Somebody was saying that their job is to put through, 7 or 8 the first week they're there. Just put them through so they can get to work, right? I know it's 4 years, but you got to move fast and get this stuff done. But this, to me, I'm telling you, man, we're gearing up for some kind of conflict here. It's going to be fantastic.
Well, the interesting thing is that, Matt Gaetz resigned from Congress, in order to take a position. And so he ended up not taking the position, backing out. But, he didn't resign from the next Congress. He resigned from the current Congress. He won his election for the next Congress. So the question is he resigned from the next Congress that seats January 6th, or is he only resigned from this current Congress? Because he did that so he could go through and have no distraction. So come January 6th, there's a high probability chance he's going to be seated because he won his election. What are your thoughts?
Well, Jeff, the thing about that is I hear he's going to OAN, or he's going to one of these, I don't know which one he's going to, but he's going to one of these networks. If it's OAN or something, he's going to be doing a show. But he could get sworn in. He could show up, drop a bunch of shit, drop some, one of the things he could do, somebody suggested, is he can go in there because $17.5 million has been spent to cover up congressional payoffs for sexual abuse, and it's never been public. But he can go in there and say, here's a bill. I want to make it public. Who's going to sign on? What about the people that say no to it, right? He could go in there and he could absolutely do some serious damage and then go do his show, like then resign, right? Because he could still be sworn in. He could go drop a few bombs. I mean, just imagine how brilliant that would be, man. I mean, my God, it would just be fantastic. Look at this, Jeff. You remember purple hair we were talking about the other day? Remember the purple hair? The purple-haired congresswoman that was ranting and raving. The memes just don't stop, man, and they get better. I'm just telling you, the memes on the right are just phenomenal. The left can't meme because they've lost sense of what humor is. They think things that are mean-spirited are humorous, and you're like, okay. I watched Saturday Night Live, and I'm like, dude, it's not clever. I mean, yeah, okay, ha ha ha. It's just not clever anymore. That's the problem with it. Look at purple hair. She's back, and someone did a meme. Look at this one.
We have an outside influence who believes, I think he is president, and that's President Musk, who has not elected, has no authority, and trying to really...
President Trump in the background playing the violin.
What the services are to the American people.
Oh my God. She's nuts, that woman.
She's worth 30
Look at her
million.
net worth. 30 million. What was her last name?
Raza. Sorry, wrong one.
I forget.
It is Delorio.
Oh, Delorio.
Rosa Delorio. She's from Connecticut. Big shocker. But anyway, she's net worth $30 million, right? Okay. Yeah, these people are apparently they're all just richer than all hell. I don't get it myself. But But you got to love it. Let me go ahead and remove this from the studio here. And let's go ahead and I want to show this other video here. This is the Heritage President. Now, you gotta remember, this video I think was like maybe 5 or 6 months old, but it came up in my stream and I thought it was really fun to watch it. But he's the president that basically took the piss out of the WEF. Listen to them right here. He's talking about Trump. And he's saying if Trump becomes president, that's it's an old video, but just listen to what he says. This is fantastic.
Laughable that you would, or anyone would, describe Davos as protecting liberal democracy. It's equally
standing up for it.
It's equally laughable to use the word dictatorship at Davos and aim that at President Trump. In fact, I think that's absurd. But I'm going to step aside from that constructive criticism and instead answer your question. And I'm going to be substantive here. President Trump, if he's the next president, for that matter, I think whoever the next conservative president is going to take on the power of the elites, which I mentioned earlier. But the thing that I want to drive home here, the very reason that I'm here at Davos, is to explain to many people in this room and who are watching, with all due respect, nothing personal, but that you're part of the problem. Political elites tell the average people on 3 or 4 or 5 issues that the reality is X, when in fact reality is Y. Take immigration. Elites tell us that open borders and even illegal immigration are okay. The average person tells us in the United States that both rob them of the American way of life. They're right. President Trump will take that on behalf of the average American. Elites also tell us that public safety isn't a problem in big American cities. Just travel to New York or Washington or Dallas, Texas. The average person will tell you that the lack of public safety damages not just the American way of life, but their life. President Trump will take that on. Thirdly, I guess the favorite at the World Economic Forum is climate change. Elites tell us that we have this existential crisis with so-called climate change, so much so that climate alarmism is probably the greatest cause for mental health crisis in the world. The solutions, the average person know, based on climate change are far worse and more harmful and cost more human lives, especially in Europe during the time that you need heating, than do the problem and the problems themselves. Fourth, 2 more here, Robin. The fourth, China. The number one adversary, not just to the United States, but to free people on planet Earth. Not only do we at Davos not say that, we give the Chinese Communist Party a platform. Count on President Trump ending that nonsense. And fifth, as we sit here, another supranational organization, the World Health Organization, is discussing foisting gender ideology upon the global South. These are practices that are under review, if not being rejected, by countries in Northern Europe. The new president, especially if it's President Trump, will, as you like to say, trust the science. He will understand the basic biological reality of manhood and womanhood. And do you know why? Not because of retribution, not because he's a dictator, but because he has the power of the American people behind him. And it's connected to Senator Portman's excellent point that in addition to needing a vigorous executive, we look forward to having the popular will inform both the House and Senate in 2025 to pass laws on all of those issues and many others. Ultimately, Robin, I think President Trump, if in fact he wins a second term, is going to be inspired by the wise words of Javier Milei, who said that he was in power not to guide sheep, but to awaken lions.
Boom.
That's what the average American and the average free person on planet Earth wants out of leaders.
Dude, that was before he became. I mean, he just went there and shoved it up where the sun does not shine. He rammed it. Like, he shoved it right down their throats. A lot of people think, what would you show up at the WEF for? Well, you show up for stuff like that. You show up to keep these lunatics, try to. I mean, that went right over their head. They're like, we don't understand. Will someone tell us what to think? And he also addressed the mental illness part, which I think was also very good. He did it in such a calm manner that you don't realize they're getting so owned during that whole sort of like dissertation. And you could tell they were getting a little bit antsy because he said, oh, I'm at number 3. I got 2 more. And they're like, okay. Because they're trying to jump in there and cut him off. But Jeff, how great was that speech? Way before Trump became president.
Perfect. No, it's way before. Just puts us, shows this was all, I don't want to say preordained, but people knew, people knew where this was going. People knew what had to happen. And here we go. It's unfolding. Everything that people needed, what people wanted, what people knew, that's exactly what we're seeing, which is really perfect.
Here's another one. You want to see an average citizen show up at a council meeting and deliver some news? I think the audio is really high in this, so I'm gonna have to turn it down.
My person used.
Let me just turn this down a little bit here because it's really blown out. But just watch the purifier that goes on here.
This is the name Audra. I think 2025 is going to be pretty exciting because when you guys say "fuck you" to the federal government, they're going to say "fuck you" too. Because you guys think that you don't like what we do, but you're going to have a sore awakening when the federal government comes after you for aiding and abetting, and they're going to be like, you get a jail cell, 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 you get a jail cell. Probably all of you guys too. So it's going to be actually really exciting. And I bet you guys are terrified, but you're going to continue to go down this same path of, with your UN agenda. It's going to be great to see it all unfold and unravel and be flushed down the toilet like the pure water you want us to drink. It's good. It's going to be fantastic because Tom Homan is going to come after you. And then my gavel broke. It's good.
Oh my gosh, she's funny.
You gotta love this is an average person just telling them, because you know what, Tom Homan gave a speech today, and funny thing was that what that guy was talking about, the heritage president, Trump said today, day one, I'm signing an executive order that gets rid of this nonsense in schools. There's 2 genders, that's it. And it's so funny, the guy predicted it, and sure enough, there he is saying that. Thank God he doesn't make it. Beautiful. I hope he doesn't
make it. It's not going to make it.
Oh, you want to see something? Speaking of Trudeau, thank you for bringing Trudeau up. One of my favorite people to dump on. But this one here, you got to love this one. Someone put this meme together. So the opening scene is with Trudeau and Macron. Look at this.
Oh my God. I don't know. AI is getting out of control.
Yeah, a little bit. Too long. Ernie and Basil. You gave him a neural link. I mean, it's some pretty good stuff, right? I mean,
hey, before we move on to drawings and stuff like that, because it's already an hour in, I just wanted to point out how corrupted the system is. This is back in 2013, according to Open Secrets. Her net worth was 15.4 million, and she might have inherited the money. I don't know, to see what her personal net worth was. But if you go to their Wikipedia and you start kind of digging it to see when she got elected, she's been in office since 1990 was the first election.
Dude, 1990?
Yep. So she's been around a while, and she keeps getting reelected over and over and over and over and over again. Here you go.
God.
So you think about that, and then you just keep looking at her going the wrong way. So from the net worth, then you see everything. It gets to be a little bit too much. It's crazy. There she is right there. 1991, assumed office. But she didn't do anything. Like before that, I'm like, what did she do? She was executive director of Emily's List, a national organization dedicated to increasing the number of women in office. And then before that, she served as executive director of Countdown 87, a national campaign that stopped the U.S. military aid to the Nicaraguan Contras. And she was chief of staff to Chris Dodd.
Okay, well.
So how does that lead to, 30 million or whatever she's at now, in net worth. Again, unless she inherited it, which she
trading.
might have. What's it?
Inside trading. She gets all the stock tips. You can't
Insider trading. Exactly.
know what's going on.
So he said, how much? I don't know how much she started with. I have no idea.
Who knows?
How many get? She might have inherited. Maybe she start with a lot. I don't know. Who knows?
They all get rich. They all get rich in Congress.
Making $170,000 a year, and then look at where you're at. Wouldn't do the same thing in her. They all do the same thing in that position. That's the whole point.
Here you go. This is Jeff. This is Lindy Lee. She raised a boatload of money for the Democrat Party. She was on Piers Morgan. Listen to this. This is how crazy it's getting.
Democrats have got to move on quickly, haven't they?
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. She's indulging delusions of running for governor in California in 2026.
We're talking about Kamala Harris, that she's going to run for governor. But this is Lindy Lee, she was totally devoted to the Democrat Party, huge fundraiser, right? Knows a lot of the right rich people, got tons of donations, right? Listen to what she has to say.
And perhaps even running for president in 2020. And I just want to echo what a lot of you guys already said. This past week has been harrowing for me. This Saturday, I went on Fox and Friends and I said that Democrats have a stench of loser hanging over them.
Yeah.
As soon as I said that, there were boycott campaigns against me, unblock, unfollow campaigns. I lost 40,000 followers.
Really?
In 4 days. People have called me the W word. I don't know what we're allowed to say, but you can fill in the blank.
We're uncensored. Let's say it. Say it. Say what the word was.
Am I allowed to?
Yeah.
Well, they called me a whore. They called me the C word. They asked for me to be deported. And you can just search for my name in those terms on X and you'll see a bunch of them. So, all these so-called Democrats, the party of inclusion, the party of diversity, masks off. And it's even worse because they pretend to occupy the moral high ground. They pretend to be, so loving and caring and embracing of diversity. But all of a sudden, when I dare to utter any criticisms of the goddess, Kamala Harris, I get ostracized. Me, after having raised tens of millions of dollars for the party. My donors are pissed. They raised $2.5 billion across Super PAC in the campaign. It's my responsibility. It's my duty of care to ask what the hell happened with that money? Why did we spend it? Why did we spend millions of dollars on five-star hotels for campaign staffers? Why did we spend $500,000 essentially bribing Al Sharpton moments before he interviewed Kamala? These are legitimate questions, but no, in the cult, you can't ask questions.
Yeah.
And leaving the Democratic Party or even questioning the Democratic Party is like leaving a cult. It's terrifying. Pierce, I don't want that. I don't want to be a part of this tent. I don't want to be a part of this craziness anymore. They're accelerating my rightward shift. I don't want this nonsense. It's just crazy. And honestly, they're shrinking their tent. They're basically telling me to they're pushing me to bring my tens of millions of dollars that I've raised and can continue to raise to a different team that treats me better, that treats me with just common decency, that doesn't call me a communist spy. By the way, the communist regime in China killed my great-grandfather. They don't know my family's history. This is the first time I'm really saying it on air. They are calling me a spy for the regime that killed my great-grandfather. Let that soak in just for a second. That's how disgraceful they are. Yeah. And these are the people who call themselves the social justice warriors. They are dabbling. They are going headfirst into racism anytime someone dares to disagree with them. I don't want to be a part of this nonsense anymore. I want to be a part of the team that says men are men and women are women, and then men shouldn't play in women's sports. And I'm an athlete myself. I'm a marathon runner.
There you go. There you go. That's, and you know what? By the way,
one woke up.
I tagged her on that post and I said, "Welcome, Miss Lee, to the big tent of inclusion. We can certainly use your talents. We're looking forward to working with you." That's it. Because this is what happened. This is what happens. There are people all the time speak out. Jeff and I speak out about the rhinos, the Republicans and stuff. You have to be able to critique your party. You have to be able to ask important questions. Ted Cruz wanted to raise the minimum age for retirement or the age of retirement in the U.S. is 65 years old. He tried to raise to 70. And I'm like, Ted, what are you doing? By the way, Schumer did say something funny after the vote, Jeff. There was only 3 people that voted for it. The rest of it voted it down. And Schumer goes, "Oh, that was close." I mean, Schumer got a good lick in there, but I'm like, criticize people for doing stupid things. And that was certainly phenomenal that she's like, I'm out of here. I mean, come on. Want to see somebody else getting owned? Don Lemon, who's formerly of CNN, thought he would go out and start his own YouTube channel. Meanwhile, nobody watches that either, just for these fun sound bits. But he does these man on the street reports. Listen to this. He asked the wrong guy.
Who is the real president-elect, do you think?
Donald Trump won, I believe.
Democratic lawmakers in Washington are calling Elon Musk President Musk now. They're saying Donald Trump is the vice president or the head of communications.
What's? Wait a second. No one said that.
Really? Have you not watched and paid attention to the
Absolutely
news?
not. I'm paying attention to what I'm doing during my day so I can try and get a better life and get ahead.
Okay, do you have your phone with you?
I do.
Why don't you Google right now?
Yes, tell me.
President Musk and see what comes up.
No. But that's already a loaded question, you realize.
Tell me, give me the sources.
Axios, Business Insider.
Oh.
We don't trust
Keep
any
going,
of these. The
keep
common
going,
man doesn't
keep
trust
going,
any of this.
keep going.
ABC News,
Oh,
Washington
keep
Post,
going.
New York Times,
Oh, keep going.
The Atlantic.
Oh!
I don't trust any of these.
Oh!
I don't trust any of them.
Okay.
I don't trust any of these. We're the common man. We don't trust any of these. No one trusts the government. No one trusts the common news. We don't trust any of that anymore.
Well,
Independent news, we are the ones that own the news now. People trust me. They don't trust MSNBC because I care and I'm actually one of them.
I can't disagree with you.
Okay.
Because
Well then.
I get a lot of people coming to me saying, I only watch you. I don't watch corporate media anymore.
Right.
What's funny is Elon Musk
That's
reposted
awesome.
that
That's
because
awesome.
he's been saying we are the news now. And that guy said we're the news, and so this is they hate that. They're like, "Are you going to go to journalism school and you don't know anything about journalism?" No, we don't. We know about the truth. We'll find it. Used to take 3 months to debunk a conspiracy, sometimes 6. Now it's about 24 to 48 hours to debunk it. Holy cow! That's because you did it. And then one more, Jeff, if I could.
Or we got to do our draw.
This
We're
is
getting
one more
close.
try. We've got 36 people in there. Type in Yeti because when I cut to it, we're gonna draw.
Type in Yeti because look how beautiful this is. When we get ready to do that, that is the little prowler we're giving away. So you got to type in Yeti. Pretty easy, just YETI. And when we do the drawing, boom, someone's gonna win. Make sure you get your Zaman wallet
Someone's
ready.
gonna win, but I want to play one more. Someone made this funny meme of President Trump. You remember when he was working at McDonald's for the day, serving fries? Somebody turned it into a meme.
If you don't mind, I want to work the French fry counter.
Can I get some extra salt?
I love salt. Wait a minute, I spilled some. I'm very superstitious. I could do this all day. I wouldn't mind this job. Can we go to the Trump store?
No. There's no money in here.
They have a Trump store. People open up Trump stores all over the country, and they're beautiful.
What did I just get through telling you? You're fired.
What in the world?
I'm telling you, man. I say some crazy stuff out there, Jeff. But let's go ahead. Drawing, guys.
What are we at? 37?
We have 37. I'm going to do it. 5,
right.
4,
Just hit
8,
it.
2,
2,
1.
1. Go.
Who's going to win? The amazing, badass Yeti. Here we go. Who's going to be? Boom, 505. Oh, Jimmy Young.
Oh, Jimmy Young.
Jimmy Young. Jimmy Young, you got to say here. If we don't see you say here, we're going to redraw. And you have to have the Zaman wallet. Say here, and I have the wallet. That's all we need to hear. Here, and I have the address. Let's see it. What do you got? What do you got? I hit the sneeze meter just in time, Jeff. Snoozer. Let's see, Jimmy. I don't see Jimmy's name yet. Nope.
Oh,
congratulations, Jimmy.
Jimmy in here for a while.
People are always so fast with the congratulations, but we don't see the here.
You know what? We got to type something in over here because we learned pretty quick the other day that some people are behind times there. So
one.
You typing it? All right.
The drawing.
Yeah. And if he doesn't respond, guess what? We're hitting the button again.
There you go.
But you got to be here to win.
Got to be here to win. That's right. Otherwise, we're going to draw again. So if we don't hear from you very soon,
so what we got to say is, yeah, Jimmy, we've got to hear from you ASAP.
Jimmy Young, type here. Jimmy's on break.
Jimmy's on break.
Taking it down. Oh my god.
Oh no.
Jimmy. Sorry, Jimmy. Sorry, Jimmy. Better luck next time. There you
Well,
go.
there we go.
We're going to go ahead and redraw. Sorry.
Time to redraw. Let's go. Jimmy, no Jimmy.
Here we go, guys. Ready? Let's go. Stay young, Jimmy.
Stay young, Jimmy.
There we go. Tick, 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 tick. There's 36
Next.
people who have a shot to win this. Who's it going to be? Peaky.
XR Peaky Blinder. Boom. Look at that.
Boom. Did he win last week? I don't know if he won last week. Did he? I don't know. I don't have recollection of that. But there you go. Say here. XR Peaky Blinder. Say here.
Uh-oh.
XR Peaky Blinder won the drawing. Type here
to win. Uh-oh. There we go again.
XR Peaky Blinder. Not good, my man. Not good at all. Not good.
Come on. Hopefully he's here. That'd be kick-ass. Uh-oh. Come on. Come on, XR Peaky.
XRP.
Peaky Blinders making a sandwich. Oh, no. We got to redraw again.
He's going to be mad when he found out he won, too.
Oh.
You got to be here, man. That's it. Sorry. You got to be here.
Man, oh, man. Peaky. Don't be sneaky. Oh, man. Oh, well. Guess we got to redraw.
Okay. Well, let's go again.
Right.
Sorry about that, Peaky. Let's go. Here we go. We got 35 people. Ready? Let's do it. Cycling through. Who will it be? Who will it be? Who's going to win the badass Yeti? Mr. Lee.
Mr. Lee. Oh, no.
God, here we go.
Come on, Mr. Lee. I hope you're here. I wish you would take them out of the drawing when they leave. That'd make it a lot easier. Mr. Lee. Mr. Lee, you got to be here to win. Mr. Lee. Then we got to redraw again. This is so tough. Typically, boom, the person's here. They get the win. Yesterday, we had to do 4 redraws. And then the person that won was here, but he was a little bit behind on the
Meanwhile, it's not Zober. It's not K-Jam. It's not Sean Thompson. It's not Osman. It's not SMG. It's not Elian Tron. It's not Mark Smith.
On the chain live.
It's not Reborn John. It's not Edward. It's not, Adrian. It's none of these legendary. Come on, man.
So many of them in here.
Yeah, Patsy. It's none of the B-Max or, Scooby-Doos of the chat. No, it's someone that's not here. So anyway, we are going to draw again.
Have to redraw again. Oh my God. Here we go. Roll it.
Hate to do it. Here we go. Let's go. We're going to keep going until we get a winner here, boys and girls.
Winner, chicken dinner. Here we go.
Who will it be?
Sir John
wins. OG in the space. Sir John, please tell me you're
John,
here.
are you still on? You better still be on, Sir John. He was here for a little while. I know he's here because he commented. Come on, Sir John. The most entertaining. Come on, Sir John.
We know you won. Otherwise, type here. We need to know you're here, Sir John.
Oh, come on, Sir John.
Well, it's late for him. He probably went to sleep. Probably not at all.
Really late for him.
These guys are too. Oh, well.
Sir John, he would have responded right away.
There's a 15-second delay. That's why we give it a little bit longer. Sir John's watching Johnny Carson.
He's watching Johnny Carson.
Let's give him a second here.
He is not walking somewhere.
Yeah, he's out singing somewhere,
Oh, man. Sir John. I guess we got to roll it. Time to roll it. Redraw.
Okay, here we go again. Let's do it.
Come on.
Who's it gonna be? Somebody that's here, I hope. AI Patsy. There you go. The AI Patsy, formerly known as the WEF Patsy. There you go. AI Patsy, please tell me you're here. Oh, wait a minute. Is that the same as the WEF Patsy? No.
No, it's different.
The AI Patsy is different. I don't even see the AI Patsy.
Nope.
And that's him with two different. Trying to get an extra. Play the clip. Which clip? Which clip are we talking about here? Oh my God. This is painful, man.
Oh my God.
We gotta do one or two more, then we gotta just call it.
Oh, K-Jam said he just found this live stream. First time, clicked in, and now he's in a raffle. That's it. We're doing a drawing. We're trying to, but you guys got to be here when we actually do it. So that's it. So we're gonna have to roll this thing again. Let's go.
Ready? Let's do it again. Let's go. Just double checking the chat, make sure.
It's coming up.
Here we go. Here we go. Bingity, 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 bingity. Who's it gonna be? Let's go. Let's go. John Doe. John Doe, is John Doe in here? My goodness.
Doe is here. This is what happens. We save it to the dead end. But it's crazy because there's still 50 people hanging out right now. Had a lot more before, but there's 50. And I think, well, even if you're on X and you post in X, it still counts. So we've got like 200 total. So, but still, come on. With the number of entries, gotta happen. It's gotta happen. There we go. K-Jam also subbed. How cool is that? There you go.
Very good.
It's never Scooby-Doo. It's never taken this long. Yesterday we had to do 4. K-Jam, brand new sub to our channel.
Thank you. Appreciate that, K-Jam.
There we go. We appreciate that.
We
got to do another one. This is crazy.
Crypto and
here we go.
All right, dude, we're doing it again. We had a lot of OGs win in, like John Doe, but he's not here, bro. Come on. Yeah, I don't know how it did, but it's just like it's not us. This is just how it works. It registers.
Automated.
I wish it would move them if they left. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how it knows that. Here we go, guys. We got to get a winner. There's so many people that are here. Mark Smith.
We know Mark's here. Mark is here.
Mark, say you're here, dude.
Mark, say you're here. Mark Smith, Smithson. Mark Smithson.
Mark Smith.
All those people aren't bots. Those are all real people. They're just not here. Mark, I can see you over here. You just commented like less than a minute ago. Just Mark says, Mark Smithson is here. Just say you're here. Oh, there we go. He wants to pay it forward. So that means, Mark, you've got to, if you're going to pay it forward, you got to pick. Because if we have to roll again and that person isn't here.
I don't see it. What did he say? He's want to pay it forward? I don't see that. Oh, there it is right there. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, pick somebody, dude. Type someone's name.
Mark, you got to pick somebody.
Type someone's name.
So the people that have been... type somebody's name that is there. Because if we have to roll again, we might not have somebody that's here. Let's just simplify it.
Pick somebody, dude. Put their name in there.
Come on, Mark. Just pick somebody. There we go. Sean Thompson. There you go.
Thompson. Awesome. I love
that. Sean Thompson.
Sean, are you still here?
Sean's here.
Reborn says his wife wants it. Where's Sean? Are you here? I'm gonna call him.
Sean's here. He just commented like 2 seconds ago.
Yeah.
There he is. Boom.
There we go.
You know what we need, right? Sean Thompson. We need your Zaman wallet address so we can transfer this bad.
Put your Zaman wallet.
You know that thing. Congratulations.
Let's do
Sean Thompson.
Beautiful. All right. Well, that's great. Thank you for that, Mark.
We're gonna have another draw. We won't be here Wednesday night. Christmas.
Love of Thompson.
But we will be here Saturday morning.
An OG as well. It says congratulations.
Awesome, man.
I'll send my info to Chip. Don't send it to me. Send it to Jeff. Jeff making the transfer. You send it to me. It's going to sit there. So
I'm not going anywhere.
But if you do send it to me, I will go ahead and forward it to Jeff. So, but I need it. We need it
ASAP.
Let's see. And don't text it to me. Send it to me in the chat on X.
On X.
Let me see. Let me type in Sean.
Sweet.
It's Dizzy.
Wow, that was a lot. That was crazy.
All right, let's see. So I'm in the DM right now. And I'm saying
share it. All right. Meanwhile,
please send your Zaman wallet. Let's do it, dude. Oh, send it to me now, buddy, because I need it. We got to do this.
Got to do it now.
We need to
do it right away. Got to send it. Got to check it out.
We need a Brad and DAI blocked Yeti. Still blocked by both guys, man.
We could do that. That'd be kind of cool. Would be very, very cool. So there you go.
Mark Smith, and thank you, brother. Merry Christmas to you and the family. All right, John Thompson in there, man. What do we got, buddy? Let's go. Send it to me. I just DM'd you, so go ahead. Okay, I'll go to Zaman. Well, yeah. I mean, geez, it's about time. I mean, come on, dude. Well, we'll end it. I'll just send it to me. You got gifted it, so it's yours. It's just a matter of you getting me that address. I'll send it to Jeff. Jeff will transfer it to you, and we'll be golden. All right, my man. That's it. That's all we have. Send it to me in the next 5 minutes. Oh, Jeff, tired. Got the yawnies, man.
That's what happens when we go way over time.
Gosh,
so we got to call it. We'll be back here Saturday morning, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. No show on Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday is the official Christmas and Hanukkah, so we will not be here on a double holiday, but we will be back on Saturday. So, guys, we wish you a phenomenal holiday, whether you celebrate Christmas or Hanukkah, whatever it may be. We wish you a fantastic holiday to spend with your family, friends, and we'll be thinking of you on Wednesday as we're drinking some spiked eggnog, right, Jeff? So
spiked eggnog,
Scotch. With a little scotchy poo in there. So yeah, thank you very much. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. That's right. Merry Christmas to all. And
Merry Christmas.
See ya.
Let's hear the cool outro.
You get to demand that since he loves that outro. So we're gonna play that one.
Christmas to everybody.
XJ.
Zaman wallet, formerly Zum. That's it. That's the one.
Correct. Yeah, you have to upgrade it because when you upgrade it, will change to Zaman. That's it, KJM.
Yeah, so badass Yetis are on the XRPL. So they're on XRP.cafe. That's where they live. That's where they reside. And just so everybody remembers brightly, the one that we're giving away today, and we'll have another drawing. So we will have another drawing next show, which will be a lot of fun. Merry Christmas to everybody. Happy Hanukkah to everybody. And that's it. No, it's just a link.
A good one for you, Sean. You not only were you gifted a cool badass Yeti, but you're also picking the long outro, which we're going to play right now. So that's it, guys. We'll see you guys on Saturday. And by the way, that'll be the last two shows before the new year, and we enter season 5. But what we didn't realize tonight was that this was podcast 700. We forgot to do something special.
Oh wow! Oh, today was 700.
Podcast number 700 here for our 7th podcast episode. So there you are, 700 hours. Yep. That's a long time.
Make sure you hit the bell notification. And so for you guys, just to remember, we typically stream live Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Saturday mornings, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
All you have to do is put a recurring calendar event that comes up, and that way it'll ping you when it's like 5 minutes before, and you'll know to tune in. So,
that's a great idea.
Yeah, that's what you
always thinking.
If you don't remember, you just go to onthechain.io and it will tell you 700. Congrats. Really appreciate that. Oh, 700 shows. It's actually more than that. That's actually the podcast, which is the voice only, right? The audio only version is 700. We lost track of the actual YouTube one. Probably more like 800 or 850 or who knows. We'd have to get the official check. Hit the like button, Reborn John. It's Club 700, baby. You guys are all here for it. Really appreciate your support as always. All right, we'll have to look at this for you. We'll look at it off air though, okay? We can't get the that URL. We'll have to get it from the 700 Club. Remember the 700 Club? Was that
I do. Look at that. Hit the belt and has a paid account and has that awesome Bitcoin graphic.
Yeah, love that too, man. Fantastic. All right, guys. That's all we have for you guys. We will be back again on Saturday morning. Have a really great, safe holiday. Chip and Jeff, hang on a second. I got to cue this. I got to cue the other one up. The long one. Where is the long one?
Right.
There it is. I got it all queued up.
Look how long Adrian has been here. Adrian has been here since BCB, blockchain backer, mentioned, or they actually let BCB know that OTC was the first covering the Ripple versus SEC. That's right. We were number one. And we're also the first to have Deaton on. So we brought him in like as soon as everything happened.
First ones to have Ellie Tarrant on. Yeah, we were first in a lot, man.
First at everything.
So
and the first to get most of it right.
We did do that. Yes, we did. Okay. Guys, we're Chip and Jeff out. See you guys in the next one.
Are you down with OTC? Please like, subscribe, and click the bell to be notified when the next video drops.